What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew. This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
All right, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton. I want to thank you all for joining us here at Lions Talk Live. You know, a post-game show. We're going to make this a quick one, not a long one. It is, after all, the preseason, not the regular season. So we'll do more deep dive analysis as we get into things with the upcoming season. Now, just, 2 weeks away from tomorrow, we've got games that matter. So we were over, since we didn't do the live cast today, we were over on Chat Sports or Micro Mike show, just help moderating, just giving some play-by-play, some inside stuff from different people, media sources or whatever on Ford Field. So I'm sure a lot of you guys saw that. We saw the Detroit Lions starters. Let's start with that. We saw the Detroit Lions starters, including Laporta. We saw Gibbs out on the field along with Jared Goff in pre-game activities, fully dressed, working out, doing things on the sideline. Again, I know we were mentioning this on Micro Mike's broadcast, but from some media reporters there that gave us some tips, we talked about that. Now, what do we ascertain from that? One, my anticipation as a coach, MCDC and the coaching staff made a concerted effort to say, hey, we're going to treat every aspect of this game as game-like as we possibly can to help the starters. Even though they're not going to be out there, we're going to have them out there. We're going to have them going to do everything they would in a normal game situation. I was really impressed with that, and I thought that was a great move. Now, let's talk about the game itself. Hey, did the Hooker start off a little rough? Absolutely he did. What do you expect? He's in there against Pittsburgh Steelers, some of their starters, not all of them, but some of their starters, and you could see the jitters early. After a while, he did get going with stuff. I thought he looked better and better, but we also need to keep in mind he got better also against some of the 2s and 3s, a little bit of the 1s. And then I know a lot of you guys are going to be talking about this one, but Jake from State Farm, Jake, where you from? All the different things you're going to say. From, I thought, man, he looked pretty good at the end of the game. Well, a lot of us were hoping to see that Hooker would stay out there, but I understand from a coaching staff, you probably seen enough out of him. You saw enough good things out of Hendon Hooker that you're like, hey, it's time to go ahead and now see what some of these other guys can do. I did think it was telling to see Fromm out there towards the end. Some of his reads were pretty crisp. His arm strength clearly there. And for a guy who's really only been around a week or so, I think it opens up a conversation. What are the Detroit Lions going to do with their emergency quarterback situation? I think it is possible that both Sudfeld and Fromm are on the practice squad. Let the coaching staff get a little bit more time to try to watch and nourish them. Now, let's talk about the receiving corps. Probably one of their best games of the preseason was today. You saw more separation. Yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers, I wasn't doing play-by-play over Mike on his channel, but you could see the Steelers did play a lot of zone coverage. A couple times they went man, but the Steelers do what the Steelers typically do. They play a lot of drop zone. They do blitz backers. They do blitz the opposite side weak a lot of times to try to get to the quarterback and also take that cutback lane from running backs. That held true today, and I thought the Lions receivers responded very well to it. You could see the break off the line of scrimmage, clear growth and development as they went through the route trees, and you could see no matter who was quarterbacking, as time went on, they got better with those reads and reactions. I think Isaiah Williams, I know a bunch of guys are going to ask about it, but I'm going to say I think he's going to make this team. His contributions to the receiving game on top of what he's doing on special teams continues to trend upwards. If you watch this show for any kind of time, I'm always a big fan of saying this in coaching or investing or whatever it is. The trend is your friend. Follow the trend, and it is clear to me his trend is keeps going up and away. Who's going to happen to make the rest of the team? I don't know. I thought you saw some good stuff tonight or in the today's game, and I thought that is going to open up the doorway for potentially a fifth receiver to make the team if the team doesn't make some sort of moves between now and Tuesday. My anticipation, before we get to the comment section, my anticipation is that you're going to see Brad Holmes do a lot of stuff between tomorrow and Tuesday. Does that mean we're going to bring in another receiver? I don't know, but there is enough talent on this team where I do think instead of just letting it walk out the door and get nothing, Brad Holmes, as we all know, he likes to cook. He likes to do something. He leaves no stone unturned. He's going to get some good return on our investments. My opinion also, I know some people are going to ask, since everybody knows I'm a huge James Houston fan, I liked what I saw. I also mentioned on Chat Sports or Micro Mike that to me, there's still some weakness in that leg or foot, whatever you want to say, but it only appears to be there on the first step. Once he gets that first step on every move out of the way, he seems normal. So that to me means it's more probably just faith, or maybe there's still some, nerve issue there, but whatever it is, I think he's going to be fine in time. I like the explosion. I like the dip. The dip's not fully back to what it was, his ability to bend and contort himself, but I think it's close. Ukwu, another person I thought, Isaiah Ukwu, I thought he also showed up very well today. The Lions, I think, and Brad Holmes, the coaching staff, are going to have a real tough time deciding who makes it and who's got to go. This might just be the deepest Lions defensive line of my lifetime. If you know the show, hey, I'm in my 50s. I get it. Maybe I haven't seen it as many as some of the other guys, but I would say probably the 93 team defensive line was as deep as it's been in Detroit Lions history. Maybe you can make an argument for the late 70s, but this team here, I think they've got talent that supersedes that because there's still guys we haven't seen out there. These are just the guys we have seen so far. Offensive line, I talked about it again on Micro Mike's show. I thought Giovanni Manu, or Gio as he prefers to be called, he looks like he is developing far faster than anybody would guess. Yes, the New York Giants game was a rough one for him, in my opinion. His hand placement was all over the place. His footwork, it looked good one drive. It went back to being bad another drive, but I also get he was incredibly nervous his first time out there. A lot of nerves, a lot of things to learn. But every game since, what have we seen? Growth and development, and that's a credit to Hank Fraley. And it's not just Gio Manu either. There are other guys that clearly seem to be developing and improving. Rakestraw did dress in warm-ups like a lot of the other guys. I don't really have any further information on him, but I will say a lot of these guys are developing and looking strong. The secondary had some miscues, I think, on the communication standpoint today, but it also seemed like as the game progressed, sort of like we're talking about everything else with this team, it developed. It got better. And really, what else do you want out of a preseason game? You want the coaching staff to put players in situations where they're going to have to face it and make those same decisions now that they would in a game. Put them in adverse situations and let players reveal who they're going to be. Most people, you put pressure on them, you put them in adversity, one of two things happens. You take a piece of coal, you put pressure on it, it's going to turn to dust, or it's going to become a diamond. And there's some basic science for you for the science class of the day. As far as Jake Bates, hey, man, I get he's still got stuff to grow and develop, but he's so similar to the vast majority of the rest of this team. I think he fits in very well. He's clearly got the stuff you and I can't teach. He's got the leg strength. He's got booming leg strength. He does have some accuracy issues, but every week that goes by, that accuracy seems to get better and better and better, and the issues get less and less. So you guys heard me talk about it. I'll do a deeper dive in the morning on the morning show with all this stuff, especially once I get to watch some of the coaching film and other film sources. But let's get to you guys and see what you guys have, any questions, etc. Five Fingers, what do you got? I'm liking what I'm seeing as the team grows, 100% there. Oh, and before I forget, if you guys haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. We're less than 70 subs away from 7,500. So if you can help out that'd be great. Also, hit that thumbs up button, the like button, whatever you want to call it, button. It helps the channel out. As far as liking what you're seeing, the team grows 100%. Jessica, what do you got? Fromm looking good. He did look good. Probably better than most people would have expected. I think they're going to have an interesting choice to do with him because his progressions, watching him go through the reads, and this is a guy that's only really been here a week. How much does he really know of the playbook? But he was pretty assertive with it. He even took shots downfield, which, man, for a guy that's been here maybe 15 minutes, I thought that was impressive. He went through reads, and that's again, something for a guy who doesn't know much. He looked pretty dang good, and that arm strength I was impressed with. High release point, but you know what? Hey, can't have everything. Voltron, Coach Dan, your boy Houston is in trouble, I think. I don't know, man. I thought he looked pretty good today. It wasn't perfect for sure. Like I said, there's still some healing, I think, going on, but I thought this was one of his better showings of the preseason. So again, trend is your friend. Dave Bink, let's go. 100%. I agree with you. Sosimo, I don't care if it's preseason. Winning is winning, and I like winning. I think that's where MCDC and the coaching staff's at with things. They want to win no matter what. They want things to happen. See, George, what do you think we will do come tomorrow, Coach? I think tonight's probably the longest night of most of these guys' careers. So 90 guys, we all get it out there. 40 of them out of that 90 feel pretty secure about their spots. The other 50, man, they're going home and they're having a long night because they know the next 72 hours, there's a real possibility they get a call that they're not here anymore. They're getting pink slipped. I think Brad Holmes is going to try to move some of these guys for acquisitions, whether it's other players or draft picks. I don't know, but I do think he's going to do everything he can to get something instead of nothing. Jeff, great fake at the end of the game by Fromm. Yeah, for that on the first. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I'd say this, that shows real signs of belief and trust from Ben Johnson to call that play. He said, hey, I know this kid can do this. He can pull it off. And he did just that. Let's see. Oops. Sorry. The screen went blank for a second there. Let me go back up to the comment section. JDC. Hi all. Hi JDC. Doug Hooker will be good in time. Legatron is the truth. That is probably true. And yeah, Legatron t-shirts need to be out there. Shah, what do you got? Didn't get the chance this morning, but the Broski witch hunt needs to stop. All NFL fans should feel comfortable around the Duke crew. That's all I have to say. Yeah, I think everybody's okay with Broski. I think it's the fake account. So the second account that seems to pop up from time to time. That's where I think that maybe some issues are emerging from, in my opinion, at least. So, yeah. So let's move on from that. Hopefully, it's not an issue for us. All right, 70, good game for us! Exclamation point. And Shah, you are correct on that. France, fun game to watch. Seems like all of our preseason games are though. Now the tough calls on who makes it and who doesn't. Correct. Lance, woo! Let's go 100%. Darcy, any injuries for us, Coach? Not that I can think of. If anybody does know of some, go ahead and throw them in the comment section. But I can't think of anybody that was a significant injury. I know you have the Pittsburg player with the neck towards the end of the game. Thoughts and prayers, he's okay. Let's see, JP. What's up? The Steelers with our backups. Whoop the Steelers with our backups. Sure, their number ones beat our 2s and 3s, but you expect that. Yeah, you're a starter for a reason. I would hope you would beat up on most backups, whether they're the second or third string. So I concur. Don Kong, Super Bowl or bust. Good to see you, my friend. And yes, I'll go with that 100%. Let's see, Dragon fan Tim. What do you got? What's up, Dan? What's up, Tim? How you doing? See, Robert, Jake Fromm is a keeper. He might end up just being, man. That might just end up being a good fit. Hetman, Williams balled out pretty good today. The game started rough, but what a comeback. 100%, yeah. You can see the nerves, but like you guys have pointed out, you got, for the second straight week, you've got our backups against somebody else's first string. And you know what? Our backups, while they didn't start off as strong as they did against Kansas City, I thought as the game marched on, they caught up to them in a hurry. Michael, what do you got? Impressed with Fromm? I think that's going to be the majority of people's takes right there, and I agree with it. He looks strong. Anthony, some hard decisions coming to a theater near you? Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, man, it's going to be a long 72 hours for a lot of these guys, and I just hope the Lions start letting some of the guys they know that they're done with, moving on from, however you want to term it. I hope they start letting them go tonight or tomorrow just so they can get that anxiety out of the way and have as good an opportunity to sign somewhere else as possible. Both the Jake show today, yeah, 100% from Legatron. Yeah, this is true. Jake and Fromm. Let's see, what do you got? 9 drinks live. Live. There you go, my friend. And yes, the channel is still up and running. So yeah, 9 drinks thought that maybe my show had been taken down because I stopped doing the live stream. I decided not to do it just because I had to show a house during the live stream and everything else. So I just said, I'll save it for the regular season. I wanted to work on some stuff for the channel too, for the live shows. All right. Dennis, go Lions, 100%. Good to see you, my friend. Anthony, Fromm looked pretty good. He did. Fromm laughing out loud, says Dennis. Dennis, Houston had a great game. I was overall pretty impressed with him. I'm not going to say it was the greatest game for him, but I was happy. I think he's now safe after what I watched today. Here's Johnny. That game was all over the map. It was, but it was fun to watch. It made it entertaining, didn't it, Johnny? Perryman Alexander looked decent too. He did. He had some moments there and there. And that's really all you can say is when you get your opportunity, are you trending one way or the other? Hookadoo, wow, Fromm can throw the freaking ball. He can. He's got a bigger arm than I think most of us were aware of. Frank, the Tank Detroit Lions, second string, 1-2 games. Boys play good. Yes, they did. Dennis, Williams made the team. I agree with that. Bo, this just in, Isaiah Williams might be good. Yeah, he's got a lot more shiftiness than I think most of us knew a month ago. But every game, you're seeing that and some separation speed, which I like. Joseph, Fromm looked good. Funk looked good. Funk did look good. I don't think he'll make it. I just think it's a numbers game for him, but he might make the practice squad. Joseph C. Williams looked great. He did. I think he's going to make it. I think there's real strong argument to be said right now. He is a lock for the number 4 receiver in Detroit. Let's see, Scott, a lot of good players going to be let go. What a time to be alive. Yeah, for a Detroit Lions fan, Scott, when's the last time you could ever say that? Here's Johnny. Fromm is better than Sudfeld. I would concur. Joseph Calhoun caught some good passes at the end. He did. Now, is that going to be enough to get him on the team? We'll see. Dennis, Clemens looked good too. Yes, there were a lot of guys I thought at the end started looking pretty decent. Great Lakes, Jake Fromm for number 2 quarterback. That could be. Gun guy, Hooker boosted his trade worth. He might have done just that. Bo, what kind of stop the presses moments are we going to have before Tuesday? Holding our breath could be a wild ride. Yeah, I do think we're going to have some breaking news here and there between now and Tuesday's cutoff time frame. That's just my guess. It's total speculation. Don't have any kind of corroborating evidence, but I do anticipate Brad Holmes will make some moves. Here's Johnny. The hooker can run. Yes, he can. And woo! There you go, Johnny. And you know what? Just for you guys, let's give you guys all a Sheila, if I may. If I can find the dang thing. Hold on. All right, Great Lakes offensive line is still a problem for backups. Yeah, I think the good part is they're all young and they're developing. I'm not saying they're sound, but I do want to go back and watch some of them later when I can focus on just them and their footwork, how they did. But they did have some moments, especially in the early portions of the game, where they didn't look great. John, Fromm fits the system. Goodbye, Sudfeld. I would agree. Let's see, Don, Hooker isn't going anywhere. Stop wasting your breath. Yeah, I would think it would take a pretty massive amount to get Hooker out of here. I know the New York media, and I did a story on it earlier this morning. The New York media is speculating that the Giants are trying to move on from Daniel Jones. I get it. I get Hooker fits it because he's young, big arm, yada, yada, athletic. I also get they got to get a lot of eyes on him because of the joint practice. So I think that's all it is fuel from them wanting to go in a different direction from Daniel Jones. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe New York does something, tries to get Hendon Hooker, but we'll see. Hooker rules 100%, and others drool. Full slate, Manu, wasted pick. I don't know, man. I like what I saw him in each week. While he's not going to be ready to play anytime soon, I think he is trending upwards. Let's see, Bo took a while, but the O-line got it together. Yeah, when they stopped facing the ones with some of our developmental backup guys, they looked better. Dennis, Manu looked good. I agree. I tried to a couple different drives. I tried to not follow the ball of the receivers, watching the guys getting out of routes. I tried to just watch the line, and I was happy with it overall. Hooker packages will be amazing, and I think they're coming. A Hooker package is coming near you. See, JP, Gio is amazing, and how far he has come. He is working hard to get better. He is, and it sounds like a lot of the guys, Decker, and then Panay, are working with him directly to try to help expedite that growth. Don, Manu, great pick. I think so, especially in time. Hatman, will Betts and Houston make the team? I would say right now, Houston, yes, Betts, no, unless it's going to be a practice squad. I don't think. I think he's just going to lose out on a number game at that position. Scott, quarterback depth chart, Goff, Hooker, and Fromm. I think so, yeah. Jake looked good, and Suggs hasn't all preseason. The other part is, at least from the limited amount we saw today, Fromm's arm strength shows up. If you can pull some of those deep in routes like he did, 20, 25 yards on the field or whatever it was, and fire it in before the safety can drop and make a play, that's impressive. And he pulled that off today. That's when I was like, man, this kid has some talent. He got it over the second level, so the linebackers, and he dropped it in there before the safeties could make the play. You've got to have some arms to do that. Some arm strength. Rich, Betts, did he win a job today? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Don Kong, Betts, he's saying no to Betts. Don, full slate, a Bears fan faking as a Lions fan. That might be. I have no idea. Great Lakes Manny will end up being a steal pick. I think so, especially if he keeps developing at this rate. I mean, he's not the only rookie we're talking about, but his growth is noticeable. I mean, you cannot deny it. A Vapor, great game, and Houston showed why they'll keep him. I agree with you there. I think the burst isn't fully back. The bend and flexibility. I mean, a year ago or 2 years ago, when he first got on the field, when you see him, you're like, this guy is a genetic freak, and it's not quite back there yet. I think, to me, watching that first step and the lack of bend, to me, that's more mental. So if I'm correct with that, every time he gets out there and reestablishes confidence in it, you'll get more and more of the old bend and drop back. Full slate, many 2 false starts, 0 footwork. Those things can be cleaned up, though. Those are teachable things. What you have in him is not teachable, so that's why I'm okay with him. Southwest Lion, Fromm better than Sudfeld. I think that is the great thought right now. But I still wonder if we have a legitimate backup at quarterback. Hooker will get there, but I don't think he's there now. No, give him time, man. He's basically a rookie. Hooker's legs got it done today. Yeah, and I think they're going to take advantage of it in time. Full slate, Betts is a practice squad player. I would agree with that. Right now, if I had to go online, I would say, put it down. I would say, yeah, he's a practice squad guy. John Fromm fits the system. Goodbye, Sudfeld. I concur. Southwest, you're going to have to be patient with Bates. Yes, you're going to have to take the good and the bad with him. And there's a lot of good there. But he's only been a kicker for about a year. He's going to have some down moments there. Great Lakes, Fromm was just so natural in there, like he had been there all camp. Yeah, that's the impressive part. Bo, Trolls coming in a lot recently shows how far the Lions have come. That's also probably true. Dennis, hope so. Frank the Tank organization, come a long way as Lions are a team to fear. The organization is elite. Go Lions. Woo! All right. Let's see. Bo, hit the do crew. Yeah, if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Like I said, about 60-some subs away from hitting 7,500. If you can hit the thumbs up too, it helps out the channel a lot. Doug Fromm can go deep much better. We've seen the best of subs. I think so. Mo, Houston, and Betts both got sacks. They did. Now, can Betts keep developing? I think Houston safe. Betts, I'm not so sure. All right, guys, I'll get a couple of other people in here that I'm going to get out of here. Wasn't going to be in here all day with it, but I'm going longer than I anticipated. Miles, that was fun, 100%. Frank Tank, I hate to say it, but Jake Bates is going to lose a game for us. He's missing too many field goals, fellas. Hey, you got to take the good with the bad with him. See, Perryman, for a limited time here, Fromm did really well. I 100% agree. Ronald from Fromm preferred over Suds. How did Betts do? I liked some things. I wasn't overly. I don't think he's beating out most of the other guys for a spot. Maybe I should just say that. Angie, Peoples Jones gone. I think probably a lot of truth that. Perryman, Betts got another sack. He did. Anthony, Donovan Peoples Jones, bye. Frank, our coaches are elite. That might be true. Bo Legatron is just getting started. I concur. All right, guys. See if anybody else here. Eric, what do you got? Bro Henson will be good. Bro Henson will be good. Hendon will be good. Will be good. Let him play with the first team. Not saying put him over Goff, but let's see. Yeah, 100%. Let him keep growing and developing. Josh, trade for a wide receiver before the season starts. I think they might. It is possible. Let's see, Anthony. Woo! There you go. See, Dan, I'm calling Hooker Captain Hook from now on. We'll go with that. Josh, put down over Peoples Jones on the practice squad. They might. Will, Broderick Martin had a scare with his knee. He did, but I think he's okay. We'll find out probably more tomorrow or maybe Monday. Psychocability, what do you got? Jake Fromm over Sudfeld, please. I think you're right. Broderick walked off with help. He did. So, he's a big dude, but I think he'll be okay. But we'll know probably Monday. Tomorrow, I don't anticipate much from the organization. Okay, mile marker. I know he was running like a running back. There you go. Broderick out for a while. Maybe. We'll see. See, Charles, I don't know a lot about kicking, but what is it about Bates when he misses easy field goals? It's just how his foot makes contact with the ball. Yeah, a lot of it just comes down to placement, and that's teachable. That's coachable. All right, guys, a couple more here, and then I'm out of here. See, Jake Fromm, quarterback number 3, 100%. We could be looking for somebody else here. Mike Hooker can't take 3 sacks in a row. No, he can't. But I think they'll coach him past that. Let's see, Lions, all the Lions fans who wanted us to have a running quarterback like Lamar, you now have one. You do. You do have a weapon there. All right, anybody else? Let me look through here. Full slate and need an X wide receiver. Down Peeps, yeah, 100%. Haters house. Sudfeld will be an emergency quarterback because he has value to help Goff prepare. Fromm and Hooker are rookies and have nothing to offer to Goff. That's probably some truth there. Easy, what do you got? Hendon throws a beautiful ball. He does. Football 57 Fromm was impressive today. I agree with that 100%. J-Rod, David Bell, or Terrence Marshall, or both. I believe Donovan Peoples-Jones took his career for granted. That could be a lot of truth. Let's see. Lions bad guy, the sword Excalibur was forged in fire to make it stronger. Jake Bates will do the same. Yeah, fire can make him tougher. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and get out of here. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. We are like 60-some subs away from hitting 7,500. Also, if you would be so kind before you check out, hit that thumbs up, the like button, whatever you want to call it button. It helps the channel out a lot. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do something kind for someone you don't know. And we'll see you all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Happy trails to you until we meet again.